Hi there, folks, and it's Jonathan Denwood here from WP-Tonic. And in this video, I'm going to be aiming it at you, the health coach. You know, you've got your passion, it's about health, you want to help your clientele, and you've decided that you wanted to build a course online. But what is the best platform to allow you to do this? This is what I'm going to be discussing in this particular video, and I'll be back in a few moments, folks. We're coming back. So your health coach, because of the pandemic, it's been difficult, but you've still got a great business and you want to expand your existing website, or you want to build a website and you want to do online education and have a membership element to that website as well. What are the options? What is the key things that you need to know? Well, I think there's about 4 or 5 main players in this area, and let's start off with a couple of the most popular. Let's start off with Squarespace. Now, Squarespace is a SaaS-based service, software as a service, basically. It comes with a WYSIWYG editor with very nice looking templates. Depending on the amount of experience you have in design and with graphic design, computer programs, it's reasonably easy, but it does depend on your background. Reasonably priced, does have e-commerce, and recently they have introduced a membership add-on section that helps you if you're looking to build a membership website as a health coach. It's not specifically designed for your industry. I don't know if any of the templates that they provide are specifically aimed at your industry, but it's a mature platform at a reason. I wouldn't say it was cheap, but you do get what you're paying for, basically. One tip that I would give you about Squarespace is every website needs a domain name, like jonathandenwoodhealthcoach.com as an example, and every website needs a domain name. Now, when you're signing up for Squarespace, you can buy the domain name through them. Please do not do that. Do not take up that option. You should never buy your domain name through the actual people that are hosting your website or you're building your website on. It's very convenient to do that. Why am I giving you that little bit of advice? Well, we have worked with clients that built their first website on Squarespace, and then we've tried. They wanted to move their domain, because if you're not, you don't have full access to it. You can only really use it if you've purchased it through them. If you're continuing to utilize their service for your website. So if you decide you want to move your website to another platform, you can't really use your existing domain name. That's a bit of a problem. They will transfer it out, but it's a frigging nightmare, folks. It really is. On to a next one, which is Wix. Wix is similar to Squarespace. Until quite recently, I wasn't a very keen proponent of Wix. They used to use a technology called Flash to actually build the websites. And it was extremely old technology, which had very severe consequences with your SEO, search engine optimization. but that was a while ago. And I recently tried out Wix, and I've got to say I was pretty impressed in the way that they have improved their platform. I would say they offer e-commerce and also a membership element to it. Would I say it's totally as good as Squarespace? I don't know. I'm thinking about that one. I'm not trying to cop out. It's just that they really did have a bad reputation, but what they've done recently looks really pretty slick. I would say that they're kind of really competing head-on, one-to-one with one another, and you really got to look at price, functionality, the quality of their support. Another option, which is much more expensive but offers everything in a kind of Swiss Army knife kind of way, is Kajabi. Kajabi is really aimed at coaches, or their marketing, I should say, is very good, is very well done to try and position itself. It tries to make out that it's very, very easy compared to Squarespace. I don't really think it is. It does offer marketing automation, email marketing, video hosting in all one platform, where I don't think you get all these things bundled with Squarespace or Wix. You've got to find these external services. That's good or bad. That can be good or bad, because you can't find the best of breed out there. You've stuck in the Kajabi world. Another thing which applies to all these three that I'm talked about, Squarespace, Wix and Kajabi, but especially Kajabi, I think it does affect Wix also, but I think Squarespace is a little bit better. And what I'm talking about is, how do you get your website outside if you want to move somewhere else? Let's say you're with Squarespace and you want to move to Wix, or especially if you want to get out of Kajabi onto some other platform. Especially Kajabi offers no ability to automatically get your data out of their system. They actually won't help you at all. Basically, you've got to download the images and it's copy and paste, a manual job. So you've got to be really satisfied with what you're going to get from Kajabi, because as your website gets bigger and bigger and bigger, it is going to be still possible to move it, but it's just going to be more hassle, more expense to do it. So be aware of that they don't, any of these SaaS-based systems, they don't make it easy to get out from them. Also, like what I said about Squarespace, which applies to Wix and to Kajabi, is I really wouldn't buy my domain, the main domain that I plan to market and utilize with Kajabi. I think you do have to buy a domain through them. I'm not sure if it is. Utilize one that's not that important to you, and buy the one that you can. You will be able to point it and use this domain, but don't buy it through Kajabi. You want my advice? I think it's still a pretty complicated system myself. I think it really depends, like Wix or Squarespace, how much computer knowledge, graphic design, marketing, how much of that type of stuff you've done. If you're pretty okay with a computer, Mac or PC, even you get stuck in, you'll probably be able to do a reasonable job. Another tip is, do utilize the templates or the themes that they provide, and don't adapt them too much too quickly. These have been designed by professional designers. If you can find a theme that has been designed for the health coach, more the better. The final one, and the one that I'm passionate about, but is different to the three that we have discussed, is WordPress. Now, the thing that causes really some confusion when it comes to health coaches is that there's two types of WordPress. There's WordPress.com, which is a hosted SaaS hybrid system. And I've got to be truthful, it's okay for blogging and very small websites, but I would not recommend WordPress.com compared to Squarespace or Wix. And deeply unhappy to have to say that, but it's the truth. But the WordPress I'm talking about is what you get from WordPress.org, which is the open source system. You have to find your own hosting, you download it, and then you find a theme. There's more kind of little parts to this when it comes to WordPress, but its great strength is that you own your own website. You can move it to whatever host. It's very easy to get the data out and move it somewhere else, unlike Squarespace, Wix, and especially Kajabi. Also, the ownership of it is much more like owning a home than where with these SaaSes, it's more like renting, really. Also, you've got the whole ecosystem of WordPress. You've got over 60,000 plugins that add all sorts of functionality. And a lot of this functionality is aimed at health coaches, specifically aimed at you. Plus, there's a host of themes. If that's at WP-Tonic, we've moved it a bit further because we supply email functionality, video hosting, and also other elements that makes the experience more like the Kajabi experience, but with all the freedom that you get with WordPress. And we think that's a terrific combination. So if that's interesting, go to the WP-Tonic website and have a look at what we got to offer. But if it isn't your cup of tea, there's plenty of other solutions in the WordPress area. And I truly feel it offers the kind of freedom, and you have the ability to build out, and as your platform grows, you have the ability to, your platform isn't restricted by a SaaS platform. I'm going to end it now because I could go on forever. There's tons of resources on the WP-Tonic that will help you as a health coach if you're looking to build on one of these platforms, especially WordPress. I'll see you soon. Bye.